What up, what up, what up? I am Chedu R.A., a.k.a. Duchala.
And I am Paul Samuels, a.k.a. Pablo Duh Canadian.
And we are the four millennials where just about any and everything goes.
Darn right. Darn right.
What up, man?
Man, I'm good.
Yeah.
First episode, man. You ready?
Yes, I am super ready, man. I think we've been talking about this for, at least 4 or 5 months. I don't remember when we first recorded your introductory episode, but whenever that was, I'm like, yo, we gotta combine forces.
Have to. You're right. I think it was early in the year. It was probably like January, February, something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And right at that time, it just we knew it, man. We knew it. We had to do this. It was in the making, you know. It just took a little time, took a little planning, but we had to do it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
hey,
man.
We here? All right, so I guess we can just talk about who we are, give the people some background on ourselves, what they can expect from our podcast, and it's all on you, brother.
Well, I mean, look, man, for the people out there in the podcast world and the internet world, for me, I'm just a good old black dude from Canada. Moved here when I was 15, raised in a Jamaican household. You know, I started a whole new life. I had high school here, graduated. I didn't end up going to college just for some economical reasons, but I took that as an opportunity to take advantage of what the U.S., what America has to give a little old kid like me, you know, some options. So I ran with it, jumped into the working world, and explored my opportunities and met some great people. Like yourself, my guy.
Yes, sir.
And just built a name for myself, man. Got married young and had a child and just started on the whole life. And here I am. I'm gonna be 33 this year, 17 years in this country. And I love every minute of it, man. So I got a lot to talk about, a lot of experiences, a lot of perspectives, you know. I think I got something to talk about, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I
How about
definitely
you?
agree.
What you think?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think you have a unique experience here. I mean, just to kind of give you listeners a background, Paul and I actually met through a mutual friend, a friend that he's known since like throughout high school, since he's been here in this country, and a guy that I've known since my freshman year in college. And we just met through this mutual friend, very good people, and we just basically connected. And Paul and I, we've always been cool, but I don't think we really got really tight until just not too long ago, where we discovered we got a shared passion in fitness and in everything fandom. So.
The nerd levels. We realized our nerd levels.
Oh, man.
Vegeta and Goku, you know what
exactly,
I mean?
Man.
He's like some are a little higher on others.
Yeah.
It just made sense, you know? So.
I was like, oh, this nigga takes sensu beans too? Okay. All right. We got to link up. Got to do some type of fusion.
Got to, man. We got to put our powers together and make it happen.
Yeah, man.
For everybody to know, he is absolutely right, man. We've known each other for a while, but it clicked within the last, few months or so, and that's where this whole idea came into play. It's like we're a couple cool brothers with a foreign mindset in this millennial age, and we want to bring a different perspective, man. We're a bunch of nerds, and we're geeks, and we love technology, we love comics, we love everything fandom, and with throw in some fitness in there. You're absolutely right. That's us, man. And we think that the people out there want to hear two brothers bring a different perspective, have some fun, step out the box a little bit. So that's why we connected, man. That's why we're here. We're here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and to give some background on myself. So let's see. I came into this country when I was about 2 years old. We probably moved from state to state here, but we eventually really settled in Georgia, and really just been in Georgia all my life. And I'm Nigerian born. My parents are Nigerian. Entire family is Nigerian. We are all over the world. I have family in Europe, family still in Africa, in the States, all over the world. Grew up on the south side of Atlanta, Georgia. Just kind of like Paul said, just a big ass nerd, man, but with just a little ounce of swag to him. I got to give myself a little bit of credit,
Got a little sauce. Man.
Yeah, just a little sauce. But yeah, man, I like to refer to myself as a dual citizenship shawty. So yeah, got the American citizenship, got the Nigerian citizenship. So yeah, man, dual passports. But yeah, man, just got that foreign perspective. I'm too American for my African folks and too African for my American folks. So I'm just that guy in the middle.
Complicated situation.
Yeah, it is a very complicated situation. So hey, that's just what it is. And so I just know there's some people out there just like me who are African born or born somewhere, just outside of the U.S. And you're not enough for your family, but you're not too much of whatever for your friends. So you're just floating in limbo. And that's what I. Where is that place that where in Dragon Ball Z they would die? They wouldn't necessarily go to heaven, but they weren't necessarily dead.
It was you're talking about where Chi-Chi's dad is.
Man, geeks all over the world are about to kill us right now. I don't know where that is, but that's where I am right now.
I think he was the Ox King. I think.
Yeah.
I think it was the Ox King. I can't remember where the whole snake, where the. Oh my gosh, you're digging deep. I should know this. I'm caught in the moment right now.
I know, right? It's
I
all
promise
good.
everyone out there.
Once we get some listener feedback, they're gonna go in on us.
And they want to come with it. I'm ready for them. Let's go. Yeah, man. Well, let's start this episode off real good. One of our passions that we have, besides the fandom, is the fitness. I think just about everyone out there can attest to the fact of its benefits that it's had on their lives in every aspect, in terms of just, whether they want to look great, whether they want to feel great, if they want to release some stress, whatever the case may be. But I think with fitness, a lot of it has to do with the dieting, right? Especially with how we've eaten our cultures and how it's benefited us.
I definitely agree.
I think with my experience and with your experience, we can talk a little bit about how it's helped us to be where we are. Because let's face it, we can say it as it is. This is America. It's the most obese country in the world, I believe, and not everybody had the advantages that we have with our cultures, and how it benefited us coming up as children. How we managed to stay healthy and lean and be active and energetic. A lot of the foods that we ate. We can express that to everyone out there and say, look, this is what we did. This is what we brought to the table. This is what our parents gave us. This is how we stayed in shape.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about that, man. What you think?
Yeah. So, I mean, no, me in particular. So, coming from a Nigerian background, we are very heavy into rice. So I know with me, like, rice was served in almost every single meal throughout the day. So, you got your high carbs right there. That's going to give you the energy, fuel those workouts. But shout out also to international farmer markets, which my parents killed those. Anything from goat to hen to chicken, all types of fish. And then you even get the delicacies that not too many people try in this country, like tripe, and goat head, all sorts of shit like that. But Yeah, I know for me, for instance, having that fusion of both
Hmm.
Nigerian food and also traditional American food really helped me out, as far as like coming into the world of fitness. A lot of the food that we ate were really high in protein. But also, my parents made it a really big thing for us that we had to eat fruits and vegetables. So
Yep.
I think that was very important. And fast food was like really foreign to me. It was a treat. So like
Yep.
Fridays, if we did good in school, if we behaved at home, okay, I'll let you get your McDonald's Happy Meal.
Yep.
Take you to Burger King. Let's split a pizza, something like that. So like fast food wasn't really that big, and sometimes when we did want fast food, I can hear my father say, your mother will cook you some hamburger at home. Why do you need to get Burger King? Hey, have a seat, my friend. So things like
It
that.
was fun food.
And all organic. So yeah,
It was fun food,
that's
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's us growing up.
Yeah. No, I look, man. We were the same way, and although for anybody who doesn't know out there, and I'm sure there's quite a bit of people out there who don't know, uh, being that I'm from Toronto, Canada, Toronto has a huge West Indian population, as well as a huge West Indian or West African population as well. And so a lot of the cultures um, that thrive in Toronto, you almost have no choice. I mean, it's you're exposed to those foods. And with my family being Jamaican, my entire family is Jamaican. The second to last generation, kind of the '80s babies like myself, we were born in Toronto, Canada, as well as my family, just like you. I have a ton of family in England and in New York, but we all derive from a Jamaican heritage. And so all the foods that we ate, just like you, and for those who don't know, the West Indian um, or the Caribbean derives from African descent. So a lot of the foods that Africans had eaten was the same for Jamaicans as well.
Right.
Everything from yellow yams, same thing with rice. Carbohydrates was huge in our diet. Rice and peas for all my West Indian folks listening.
Big
Same with
up.
you. We had big, you know what I mean? Big things. But yo, we had goat, we had curry chicken, jerk chicken. One of the delicacies that we had was ackee and saltfish. Ackee's a fruit, and we had fish in the morning. A lot of people can't wrap their head around that they had fish in the morning, but in our culture, it was part of it, and everything was cooked from scratch. Everything. In a lot of the African cultures, in the West Indian cultures, obesity is on a lower end because a lot of the food is organic. A lot of the food is grown, it's fresh. You go to the corner store like we did back home, or in the flea markets as they have it down here, and we bought raw food. And I remember as a kid, man, I would go into the fridge and I would grab carrots, raw carrots, and just skin them, wash them, and eat them. And that's how we came up. That's how we came up, and it benefited both of us. I think. You know what I mean? I think it worked out in our favor because I think we're pretty healthy guys.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
we're
definitely for the
com-
most part, I can say
yeah,
that we are, and
we're
it's
comfortable.
yeah, my wife as well too is Jamaican,
Yeah,
so
man.
big up to her, and it was weird for me, her cooking me breakfast for the first time, and I saw a plate of fish, I'm like, oh, what the hell is this? But yeah, man, it's crazy, just how interconnected we are. I remember
Yeah.
one time, my wife and I, we were in the hospital for some reason. I think we were just visiting somebody, and
Yeah.
some random dude, random Jamaican cat was like, "Yo, you from the yard?" And I'm like, "Nah." He's like, "Man, you walk like you from there." And I'm like, I don't even know,
And,
bro.
and
But
and for those out there who don't know what the yard is, he's referring to Jamaica. The yard man, yard people. Yardie is a term for Jamaican men or Jamaican women or anybody from Jamaica. So for those who don't know, that's what that means. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, man. So it was just weird. I kind of took it as a compliment, but like you said, Paul, we're all just interconnected.
Exactly.
The West Indies is just one leg of the transatlantic slave trade. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the foods that you all eat, the spices that you
Mm-hmm.
flavor your foods with, are a lot of the same things that we have over at West Africa. So and we're just one big family. We just all speak
Yeah.
different languages.
It's true. It's true, man. And with those cultures, man, it not only has brought us together, but it's allowed us to. It's affected us, as children growing up into adults, and what it's done for us from a diversity standpoint. But um, again, even from a health standpoint, it's even if you're not from Jamaica, even if you're not from Africa, if you're just someone who is, again, into health, into fitness, and you want to know how a lot of these countries, a lot of these third world countries that are still viewed as third world countries, how a lot of these people that come from these countries or are raised on these foods, how they look so great, how their skin looks so great, how their bodies, the way they look and how chiseled they are and the energy that they have. I'll never forget, this was a few years ago. I think it was a few Olympics ago. It might have been when Usain Bolt won his first. I think it was either his first or second title,
So
and
that's probably
all
2008,
I think it was
2008
2008.
Olympics.
All the speculation around him, his performance. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right,
Like,
right,
how is
right.
he so fast? Because if you look at the course of history in the last 30 years, there's been a consistent measure of improvement in a lot of the sprinters. But when Usain Bolt came on the scene, it was a dramatic difference, and everyone thought it was drugs. They thought it was this, that, and the third. And my man said, "Yo, I'm gonna eat enough yams,
Ha!
enough yams. The man eat good." And it's obviously not just yams, but what he's getting at is he just eats right. He
Right.
doesn't eat bullshit. You know what I mean? He's not. It's
No
not a bunch of protein.
additives.
Exactly. It's just pure natural food that he was eating, and it gave him the necessary energy that he needed, among other things, obviously. But for the most part, what he was eating was attributing to his performance,
Right.
and that's what's benefited both you and I
Yep.
coming up in the working out world.
Yep.